Hello, everyone. I forgot to play the countdown timer. Oh, well. Welcome to episode number 81 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I was also a little thrown off by the no countdown. It kind of caught us by surprise.
Yeah, I threw myself off pretty badly. But oh well. For anyone new here, we do these live streams every single week at Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. We do them for a few reasons. Number one is to make sure we're answering your questions. And also to use our own product and stay in tune with how you guys are using the product every single week. And we always make sure to remind people of what our pillars are, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. We have lots of exciting topics this week. If you guys have any questions for us, let us know in the chat, and we'll do our best to get to those as well. Let's just see who's hanging out with us. Hey, Brian, nice to see you here. Yeah, we actually have several announcements, so that'll be fun. Shadow the Hedgehog is excited. Appreciate the excitement. Hey, Jen, nice to see you here. Just noticed the image there.
That's what I was laughing at.
Hey, Lillian, thanks for joining us. We have to be careful now. People are trying to catch us with random images and names and stuff. I noticed that on the last one. There was a few characters in the chat.
Fair enough. It's all good fun.
Hey, Helena, nice to see you here. Let's quickly get to our quick couple announcements that we always make. So StreamYard Spotlight is every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's done with Dana and Kelsey, and they interview you guys. So if you guys have a show that you do using StreamYard and you want to be on the Spotlight show, make sure you reach out to them. It's a great show. And we also have Ross going live every Wednesday on StreamYard Connect, which is at 2 p.m. Eastern, where he covers the latest exciting stuff happening in the live streaming world.
Cool. And it's every Wednesday now. We have to keep reminding everyone because it was every second. Now it's every Wednesday.
Yes, every Wednesday. Yeah, every Wednesday now. It's a great show. Shami's excited as well. Bruce says maybe we have a native countdown timer in the platform from within StreamYard that could help everyone. It's funny you mentioned that, Bruce. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. But yes, that might be coming soon. So let's just go ahead and get to the first announcement. So we've increased the recording length. So it's one thing that pains us is oftentimes people will try to download a recording after 8 days or 9 days is pretty common. So we've increased that length to 15 days, and that's for everyone who has recording, so basic and pro users. So hopefully 15 days is enough. Hopefully you guys find that useful, and it will lead to less unfortunate because surprises where you think you have your video and you don't, because we know that can certainly be a pain.
Yeah, and it's not super common now, but some people definitely run into it. So yeah, it's a nice to have.
Tangerine's excited, awesome. Tristan as well. What else do we have here? Couple 1080 requests. Real Housewife says, how do we reach out to them? So we have live chat support. Real Housewife, you just go to StreamYard.com/contact. Bottom right, there's a nice little chat widget there. And if live chat isn't your thing, you can always, of course, email us, which is just contact@StreamYard.com.
Yeah, we try to get everything we can in here, but obviously there's a lot of comments and questions coming in, so we do our best.
3D Printing says, I have $50 claimed on my account. Is that to be used when I make monthly payments or yearly purchase? Yeah, good question. That actually applies to everything. So if you're on the monthly plan, it'll just use that. So it'll go down from 50 to 25 and you'll get your first month. And if you do a yearly plan, it'll just deduct that from the total yearly amount. So either way, you'll get your $50 off. Let's get to our next announcement, which I think people will be even more excited for, which is basic users can now go live to 3 destinations. So if you plan on going live to a 3rd destination, I'll be curious which one that is and why you're deciding to go there. we actually also, I don't know if I have, oh wait, no, I do have it. We recently increased professional users live to 8 destinations. That was last week, and I know a lot of basic users felt a bit left out. So hopefully the 3 destinations will be beneficial to you. Let us know where you'll be streaming live to.
Cool, yeah. It's definitely an exciting one.
Cynthia says, please let me know how/where to watch StreamYard Connect. Yes, so both of them, StreamYard Connect and StreamYard Spotlight, are both on the Facebook page. So you just go to the Facebook page at those times, and yeah, it'll be live.
Yeah. So just go to Facebook, search StreamYard. It'll be the first one. And usually they're scheduled. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gage. Both of them are scheduled at least a few hours in advance, right?
Yes, both
so
are.
You should be able to like follow the post, and then when it goes live, you'll get a notification. Ideally, there's some witchcraft in terms of when you get a notification, but usually you'll get one.
And LTNW saying 3 is a magic number. Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Tristan's excited as well. Let us know if you guys are going. If you were going to 2 and you're deciding to add a third, let us know where and why.
And for all of these changes, we're going to be releasing them. So they're not out right this second, but they'll probably be out in, say, 4 or 5 hours. So by tomorrow, you'll have them all.
Trucker says, when is the app going to be available on the Play Store and App Store? So for right now, Trucker, you can use it right from your browser on your phone. You don't need an app or anything. Just go to StreamYard.com, and you can even, that was a pretty recent change as well, you can even host now directly from your phone. Will My Hood says, StreamYard is the best thing that has happened to my podcast. Thank you for everything. That's very kind of you. Let us know what your podcast is, Will My Hood.
Cool. Always like seeing people watching on Periscope too.
Yeah, trying to grow that Periscope following.
Definitely not our strongest one, but it's getting better.
Mendesville says, I have a studio for in-person conversation. I use phone cameras with 2 invites plus my laptop. Do you have a feature I can press to where the full camera goes to whichever person is talking? So not automatically, Mendesville, but there is the solo layout button. So whenever someone starts talking, you can just click that button and it will full screen them. Hopefully that's enough. We don't have an automatic option at the moment.
Yeah. So what a lot of people will do is they'll be in a layout like this, like what Gage and I are in now. And then for most of the time, they'll just stay in this layout. And then maybe if someone's got like a longer section, like they're going to be announcing some things or they're going to be talking for a couple minutes, that's when they'll full screen them and then they'll take them back for a bit. So most of it's like this, but then for the odd thing, they'll full screen them.
That says, what's going on, folks? StreamYard is awesome. Just went live again for almost 2 hours Friday night. A lot of fun and coffee. Fantastic.
Sweet.
Brian says, do you know if Twitch notifications, follow, subs, tips appear in the StreamYard stream? So at this point, Brian, the only thing that comes in from Twitch will be the comments and the viewers. But we're always looking to improve things. I'm not sure how much of that we have access to. I think it has quite a few things have been added recently. So maybe we will add some updates there in the future. You have any thoughts on that, Dan?
No, I haven't looked too much at Twitch. There probably is more stuff we could bring in. And yeah, and if there is, we definitely will.
Rowing Chat, I think that's Charlotte. Nice to see you here. Would love to be able to reorder the guest boxes. Yes, that is. Unfortunately, that's not in the list of announcements tonight, but it is coming soon. What else do we have here? Someone, hello from Virgin Islands. Very cool. Okay, let's get to our final announcement, which is video overlays and screen sharing have been significantly improved. So now when you play an overlay video during your stream, it'll just look better. We've made some technical improvements on our end, so you'll be able to get higher quality video output from your video overlays. And same thing with screen sharing. When you're sharing slideshows while screen sharing, they'll look a bit crisper, they'll look a bit nicer. Videos will be a bit smoother as well. So hopefully that will benefit you guys.
It's most of the improvements will be for video stuff.
Okay.
Any video you're sharing. Yeah, it's definitely it's a nice to have.
Absolutely. Matt says, can I mute and or unmute all guests with one click? So you can only individually mute people right now, Matt, but that is a good idea. I can definitely understand, especially now that there's 10 people, you can have up to 10 people inside the studio. I can definitely see how that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Victor says on mobile, I can't change the camera around during the stream. So if you click the settings button, Victor, you should see a drop down where you can select your camera. If it's not listed in that drop down, maybe shoot us a message on support and we can help you out there.
Yeah, so it should be in like more at the bottom, then settings, camera, and then you can choose your camera.
Chris says, hey guys, hey Chris, nice to see you. I remember you from a while back. I think you were trying to get a mixer set up, so nice to see you here. Tristan said, is there an official stream strength required? Advise 3 megabytes per second for smooth stream as general rule for live streaming. That's a good question. We don't have an exact number. You definitely need, we usually just say a few. You need a few upload, a few download. What's more important is that it's actually like a quality connection, you're plugged in directly, and that you don't obviously have other people, like if you do have low speed, you don't have other people streaming Netflix or something like that, excuse me, while you're live streaming, but more is obviously safer. So if you're in the process of choosing a plan based on wanting to live stream, I'd probably pick something that's over 10 is probably a safer bet. 10 up and 10 down.
Yeah, in theory, like if you're running a test, like a speed test, 3 or 4 should be enough. Like that, you're kind of pushing it. More is better. Like 5's probably all right. You're good at that point. But like Gage said, a lot of it, sometimes people will run a speed test, and it'll say like, oh, your speed is like 5 megabits per second of upload. But if it's unstable, like if you're on a Wi-Fi connection that's not very solid, it might be like 5 megabits per second on average. But what happens is it's like good, bad, like very quickly, right? You'll hardly notice. It'll be like a few milliseconds it's out, and that'll cause problems. So that's why we always recommend like plugging in regardless of the speed. Even if your speed is 30 megabits per second, it helps because Wi-Fi will cause like some of the stuff to get dropped. So yeah, the biggest recommendation is just like quality of the connection is actually more important than speed. And for speed, like 3 or 4 megabits per second is enough. 5 should be plenty.
Centro Cristiano says, I stream every night and I've gotten so many compliments. I love you guys. Thanks so much, man. We love you too. Or
awesome.
Woman, I don't actually know, but yes, we love you as well. Let's see what else we have here. I haven't seen any mentions of what destinations people are going to go to, so I'm still checking.
We'll just have to watch and see.
Yeah. Christopher says, should we turn off all phones, Fire Stick, and other devices too? We run 1923 up even with those devices. I probably wouldn't get too carried away. I mean, obviously, like don't be streaming videos on those devices while you're live streaming. But I wouldn't go to the trouble of like physically disconnecting everything.
Yeah, and if your streams look good now, like that's the ultimate judge, right? If you go live and it looks good, you're good. Like it won't just suddenly change unless you for next stream you've got a mobile phone in the background that's watching 4K video on YouTube. Like okay, that's gonna be a problem. But if it's the same, you should be fine. It doesn't take much. Like that's one thing we really try to optimize for is like we want to make StreamYard use like as few resources as physically possible while still looking good, because we want people to be able to run this on like a Chromebook or like a old MacBook Air. Like we want it to run on everything, so we try to make the requirements as low as physically possible. So you don't need too much.
Anna says, my weekly request is to be able to reorganize overlays so we don't have to wait for all the assets to load in order of use. Yes, Anna, that's on the list and relatively high on the list. We will be adding that. Rapper Jay is asking for text-to-speech. I've actually never heard that one for StreamYard before, so that's interesting. I do. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's like it would basically have a voice in the background. Instead of me reading out the comments, you'd have like a robot read it. So I don't know what the demand for that is, but thanks for the feedback, Jay.
Cool. Yeah.
Probably saying your name wrong. Pumis. Alpha video overlays would be great, or video backgrounds. So we haven't covered that subject in a while. So the one option right now is you are able to use GIFs. So if you do want to have like a subtle moving logo, which I've seen a lot of people use very nicely, you can upload a GIF that sort of transitions over a period of time. And you can use GIFs. Can you use GIFs as backgrounds, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can use GIFs as well as for backgrounds and overlays. At some point, we might, add video types that have an alpha feature. The only reason we don't right now is not all devices support that, and we don't want you to have a guest who's like, you play a video and they don't know what's going on. So that's really the only reason right now, but I'm sure that will change in the future. What else do we have here? Joe says, we stream to Facebook and YouTube. We're looking forward to be able to stream to Twitch at the same time. Thanks for the upgrade. Great to hear.
Sweet. I think it might have been Joe, actually, when we announced 8 that asked for 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. I think it was. I mean, there's probably others as well, but I seem to remember Joe.
Green screen. Carrie says green screen seems to drag down stream quality. So you do have to be, if you are using green screen, Carrie, it is extra processing from your computer. So your own computer has to do the processing to key out that green color. So you do want to have a relatively, ideally an actual graphics card, or at least a chip that has onboard graphics. So that is something to be aware of. Jason says, wish we could upvote some of these feature requests. We do sort of mentally note them based on all the ones we see every week, but yeah, maybe we could have a more formal place for those.
Cool, yeah.
Jesus says, hi guys, intro and outro templates, question mark. That's a good question. So we have one template ourselves, which if you go to our tutorial videos, you'll find, which is on Figma. So that is an option for you to use. In the future, we would like to add more, but there are a lot of great people in the StreamYard group, specifically the Facebook group, who make intros and outros. So that could be a good resource. Fiverr is also a good resource for those as well.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, first of all, I agree. You go in the StreamYard community on Facebook and just ask for that. There are people that can do that. But yeah, Fiverr is an interesting one. So Fiverr is like an outsourcing company, let's call it a freelance company, where you just go on there, type in like, I need help creating an overlay video, and people will just say like, oh, I can do that for $50, and then okay, here's roughly what I want, and they'll make it for you. So a couple options there.
Chris says, it's good to see you again. My channel is doing good, growing 900 plus subs so far, thanks to StreamYard platform. Congrats, glad to hear you're having success, Chris.
Sweet. That's pretty good. It's not easy to get the first few, right? It's one of those things like it's hard to start, but once you get momentum.
Yeah, momentum is definitely big for YouTube. I've noticed that as well. Joe says, do you have a blog post or log notes for all the features/changes that have been added? I looked on the blog on StreamYard, and it's all old info. So we do send out email updates, Joe. Sometimes it's a bit delayed, but we do send email updates for everything that we add. That is something that comes up. So in the future, maybe we will add a more formal place for all the changes. But as of right now, it will hit your inbox eventually if you want to hear about it.
Yep.
Kevin says, I decided to upgrade to Pro because I'm now going to 5 destinations. Very cool. Well, now it's 8, so maybe you're going to 8 now. Tony again's requesting the plush StreamYard duck toy. Hopefully we can offer that at some point. That would be very cool.
Agreed.
Got a lot of viewers tonight. I think this might be the first time we've hit over 200. That's pretty cool. Dean, nice. It's been a while. Nice to see you here. StreamYard is the bomb diggity. Right on.
Appreciate that, Dean.
Let's see if make sure I don't miss any topics. One thing that we didn't get to last week that I wanted to check in with everyone was our referral program. So I was just curious, first of all, how many of you know that we have a referral program, because we don't talk about it very much. And if you are aware about, if you are familiar with our referral program, do you like how it is? Do you like the simplicity of it? Do you wish it worked any differently? We're just curious to get feedback on it, because we haven't talked about it in ages. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, if you go to your StreamYard account, and in the top right, there's a referrals. It just says referrals. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah, there's a drop-down menu that says referrals.
Just says referrals. And everyone has a custom link. So you have your own referral link, and you can share that link out. And if someone signs up with that link, I'm going to mistake the numbers. They get a $10. The person that signs up with the link gets a $10 credit.
Yes.
And if they ever decide to upgrade, you get a $25 credit or a free month of the basic plan. So yeah. Just curious if you guys are happy with the program. If you'd like it to be more involved. We're just curious to get any feedback.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people have like use StreamYard for free on it, and it's great because like you get to, you know, if you think somebody might be interested, you share it out. They save $10, which is awesome. And then yeah, if you have enough of those, like honestly, quite a few people don't pay for StreamYard because of that. They just have a bunch of referrals.
Lillian says, I love the referral program. I keep the link to all my events. Well, we certainly appreciate that. Thanks, Lillian.
Cool.
Tony says, can we pay plus $10 a month to get 1080 for our pro plan? It's 1080 is on the list. I won't go into any detail, but it is on the list, Tony. Who else do we have here? Pamela says, didn't know about this program. I'm curious how you found the stream, Pamela. Mohammed didn't know we had an affiliate program. Very cool.
I think she meant didn't know about the referral program. I didn't catch that at first.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes more sense. My mistake.
She tricked us.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get to Bruce's comment as well. Bruce, we are adding that everyone will be able to use it. Actually, we're adding a countdown video for the people on every plan can use as a countdown video for their stream. So hopefully people will find that useful. And
it's got a great audio track.
Yeah, it's got a good audio track. Brian says, I'm in it. The biggest drawback is there's no incentive for them to sign up with it, i.e. a discount / free month. So there is a small discount, Brian, but I guess I could see maybe you want them to actually be able to try the paid version or something like that. So we appreciate the feedback.
Yeah. So there is a discount, but it's $10, so it's not enough for a free month.
Yeah.
So it's good to know. It's good feedback.
Lots of people don't know, so that is useful to know. Christopher says, I do now.
Yeah. It's also the type of thing where like we don't want to talk about it like too much, because any product that has that sort of program and is always talking about, have you checked out our program? Have you checked it? It's kind of annoying. So we try not to mention it too much, but it is really nice.
Javier says, how about share screen for iPad Pro? When would it be available? So no option for it now, obviously, Javier, but we appreciate the feedback. I don't have a date or anything for you, but it's always useful to know what you guys want, so we appreciate the feedback.
Yeah. And also interested in what you'd be wanting to share. Like, is it sharing Keynote? Are you sharing like an app, like a game or something? Are you sharing a website? Always interested in that.
Hey, Doug, nice to see you here. I haven't seen you for a bit. Dean is agreeing that a changelog would be nice. Yeah,
cool.
It'd be useful for us as well. So yeah, maybe we can get to doing it. Crazy's loving the recent updates. Right on. Blood Honey says, what are the 8 destinations? So it's any 8. Well, I guess not any 8, but you choose the destinations, Blood Honey. But the platforms we have direct integrations with are YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Periscope / Twitter, and then you can go anywhere you want with custom RTMP. So you can obviously go to all of those. And as far as how you would hit 8, you could potentially go to 2 YouTube channels or 2 Facebook pages, or maybe a page in a group. So that's how you would actually use all 8.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no like restrictions on what you could go to. So you go to 8 Facebook pages if you wanted to. Actually, sorry, the only limitation I can think of is you can only go to 1 Restream channel, or sorry, 1 LinkedIn channel. So like if you want to do like a LinkedIn page and also a profile, they just don't allow that. And I think they might change that at some point, but for now it's just 1 LinkedIn thing.
Brian says plans for customizable or at least new banners. We do plan on adding more themes, Brian, so hopefully that will be a welcome change for you. Michael says, I'd love to see pinned post and co-hosts. Noted. I know YouTube's been adding some changes recently as far as being able to pin certain things on YouTube. So if who knows, maybe there could be an integration there as well, whereas like if someone pins it on YouTube, it'd be pinned for you as well. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yes, that's exactly right. Thanks for laying it out there, Doug. We appreciate it.
Nailed it.
And it says lots of people on Upwork to hire too. Yeah, Upwork is another great resource for all kinds of stuff, whether, people making all kinds of graphics for you, or another thing I've seen on Upwork, which has been kind of cool, is people offering like remote producing for people on Upwork, which is cool to see. So yeah, Upwork's a great resource.
Yeah, like remote producing for StreamYard shows.
Yeah.
Cool.
Aphrodite says, I use StreamYard for writing sprints with other author tubers. Very cool. I think I've seen, I don't know if it was you specifically, Aphrodite, but I've seen the writer sprints where they'll all mute their mics and they'll be writing with like a countdown timer. So it's very cool.
Interesting. And how long did it go for?
I'm guessing it depends on the sprint. I feel like the one I caught it in the middle of the stream. So I think the timer was like at 15 minutes or something, but seems like a cool way to stay motivated and actually get your writing done is do it in a group and, force yourself to commit to it.
Sweet.
What do we have here? Carl says we're going to use our StreamYard for our live world record. I'm curious, what's the world record you're going for, Carl? Victor says he's loving mobile. Fantastic. That's good to hear. Mobile was a very popular request. So if you guys have started using mobile for the first time, we're always curious to hear how things like that are going. Oh yeah, Dean got there a bit late. I think people already mentioned in the comments, but yeah, Dean. So basic, for anyone who's just shown up, basic, you can now go live to 3 places instead of 2. So hopefully people will be excited about that. Carol says 25-minute writing sprints are common, 5-minute break. Good to know.
Cool.
Loki says the host needs to be able to control each guest mic, volume up and down slider. Please, guys. Noted. Yes, that's a common one, Loki, and we definitely understand. When someone has a really loud mic or a really quiet mic, how you need to do that. So we appreciate the feedback. Shadow says, how come on YouTube I send links in the chat, but YouTube rejects it? I couldn't tell you that, Shadow, but I don't know. Certain links they don't show.
Yeah, and they don't tell us any info about it either. It just says like if you're talking about you're posting it from StreamYard from the studio and it says that, they basically just say it's rejected. And it's all kinds of different things, honestly. Like it might not even have necessarily anything to do with what you're sharing so much, like the website. It could be like if there's a we're talking about a query parameter. So this is basically like a question mark, something at the end of the link.
Yeah, sometimes they don't
like certain words in there. So it might not even be like the website you're sharing. It could be just another part of the link. And I don't know what all the rules are for, but yeah.
So that'd be one thing to try, Shadow, is like if you do have a question mark with a bunch of stuff at the end, try getting rid of that. I know sometimes link shorteners don't work. So maybe if you're using a link shortener, try not using it or try a different one. Tim says, is there a trick to going live on LinkedIn? Can't go live yet. So you do need access, Tim. So if you just Google LinkedIn Live application, that should pop up. I think the first link comes from LinkedIn and you can apply there. And once you have access, then you'll actually be able to live stream on LinkedIn.
Yeah. And people are getting access. So I know there's quite a few people that say I've applied a bunch of times, I haven't gotten access. They, like we said this before, they're definitely looking for people that are active on LinkedIn. So they want to see that you're like posting normally on LinkedIn. They don't just want to have people who are kind of just coming in new to LinkedIn. So as long as you're active, you've got a pretty good shot. Yeah, make sure you apply. And yeah, people are getting accepted, so it's definitely possible.
Brian says, sorry for all the questions. Finally caught you live, but love StreamYard. No problem at all. We love questions. That's why we do these. They're the live town hall, so we appreciate everyone participating. Donald says only one Periscope at a time. So Periscope is a bit tricky for simulcasting. So you technically, I don't know if Periscope has a rule about going to multiple Periscopes or not, but you can. I have seen people do it by having like multiple browsers open to create the connection. So there's a few extra steps required there, Donald, but it is possible.
Yeah, and I think the problem is like when you log out of Periscope, it disconnects it on StreamYard, right? So if you're like logged into Periscope on your browser and you log out to go to a different account, StreamYard also loses connection to it. That's just how they do it. But yeah, if you had a different, like if you had, even another computer or another device on your phone, if you looked at Periscope and then went on to StreamYard and like connected your other Periscope that way, that would work. Or if you had a different different browser like Firefox. It's definitely possible, but yeah, it is unfortunate that it's hard to do.
time for one last question here. Michael says, do we save resources on our stream if we turn off audio processing? So very little, Michael. So I wouldn't use that as the decision criteria. So it is good to turn, like if you have the headphones, it's totally fine to turn it off, and you'll probably even sound better. Especially make sure you don't have a fan in the background or something, because that's another thing it does. It does reduce noise like that. But I wouldn't do it to save resources, because it doesn't save very many.
It shouldn't. I mean, everyone's system is unique, so you never know, but it shouldn't make a difference.
Piano. Well, we'll close it out with just announcing the feature announcements one last time, Piano, for everyone that came late, and then we'll bid you guys good night. So let me just scroll back up here. So first one, recordings are now stored for 15 days, up from 7 days, which is great. Basic users can now go live to 3 destinations, up from 2. And the quality of video overlays and screen sharing has been significantly improved. So we hope you guys are excited for all the changes, and we have even more exciting things coming very soon. So stay tuned. This was episode number 81 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall.
Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. See you next week.